it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today with the next section of our Harbor Row Quilt Sew-Along. I know we are a few days late. We had some filming scheduling that we had, basically because of my eye surgeries, I guess. And anyway, we had the block of the month ready to go, so we went ahead and put that up last Thursday, and so we have this for you today. We will go back to our regular schedule next month. We'll have the block of the month on the first Monday and the Harbor Row Quilt on the first Thursday. So stay tuned for that. But anyway, I'm super excited to be here today. We're going to talk about the Tulip Row, and we're also going to look at the April 2025 So sampler box because it has our fabric in it. So super excited to share all of that with you, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this month we are, as I mentioned, we are going to make the Tulip Row, and it consists of 5 different tulip blocks and 5 different stem and leaf blocks. So the tulip blocks actually go together really fun. You can be as scrappy as you want. You know, here I've got 3 different prints. I repeated this one. The red one I actually used 4. The pink I repeated the 2 different prints. And same thing over here. For my sample today, I decided it would actually be really fun to just combine the red and the pink. So you're going to have your 4 rectangles, and then you're going to have 6 of your squares. And you can find the directions for the tulip block actually in your pattern on page 9. So all the information for the tulip part of that is on page 9, and then the stem and leaf is actually on page 7. But anyway, so you'll have these 4 rectangles and you'll have 6 of your squares. And I love using the mini simple folded corners ruler. You can either draw the diagonal line and stitch and press like that, or you can use the ruler, and we have a great video tutorial with the ruler so you can see how to use this. And you won't need a pencil actually if you use the ruler. But just make sure you lay everything out like it's shown in the pattern. And I also press these alternating directions. So this one is pressed in toward the pink, and this one is pressed out. And the reason for that is when I go to sew these together, I will be able to nest those seams. So it will be really flat when we press it open. And so I alternated the pressing on all 4 of these. And these go together really quickly. So you'll have your 5 tulips put together in no time. So we're also going to do stems today. And just a note about the stems, these are the same stems that we will be making when we do the flower row. So if you want to go ahead and make them all, you can. That's totally up to you. I did my sample just like, I did them all the same. I just used the gingham for the stem and 2 different green prints for the leaves. And so you're actually going to use the same exact technique that you used for the tulips with the squares and the easy folded corners. And you will notice that they are a mirror image of each other. So make sure you do follow the diagrams in the pattern so that you get that mirror image. And then you basically just set it up like this. And so you've got backgrounds on each side, and they're all different. These are all 4 different sized pieces, but that is so that we can get the leaves offset a little bit. I think it looks cuter that way than having them both the same. If you wanted to do them both the same, you could, and you'd have your leaves in the exact same position. You just need to pick a side and do them the same, but I really like how they're offset. So anyway, you will then sew these 3 pieces together, these 3 pieces together, and then after that you'll sew each of these units to your stem. So these really aren't complicated or difficult. They actually go together pretty quickly, and they're super fun to make. And then you're simply going to sew tulip stem, tulip stem. There won't be any seams to match up. These go together. There's nothing to worry about here. So it really is quite an easy row, I think, to put together. So that's why we're doing it this early in the sew along. And if you want, you know, you should have now these the three rows at the bottom of your quilt ready to go together. If you want to wait until the end, I will be sharing more tips as far as putting those rows together. But if your rows are all measuring the same and you want to start putting them together with the sashing in between, you could. I know some people might want to get ahead, but if not, tips for that will be coming at a later date. And I think next month we will actually go ahead and do this other flower row. So then you'll have those all done, and even if you don't make your extra leaves and stems, you'll at least be making them next month while they're still fresh in your mind. So we'll be making flowers again next month for June. Okay, now I'm super excited to share the contents of the April Sew Sampler box with you. Really excited about this because it has Sherri and Chelsi fabric in it and a Sherri and Chelsi project. The theme was just desserts, and that is because there is a dessert roll from Raspberry Summer included in the box. And a dessert roll, I'm going to go ahead and unwrap it. These are 5-inch by width of fabric strips. These are fantastic. So you really do have a nice mix of prints here. The large floral in pink and aqua, the paisley in aqua and navy, the dots with a white background and with red, and then the two-tone floral in orange and navy, and the flower wreaths in white and red, and then the stripes in orange and the gingham in red. So just a really great mix of fabrics. And if you're looking for something to use with these fabrics, you have a couple of different options. On the back of the card, there is actually a QR code to scan that will take you to our right here to our channel for a tutorial for this tote bag. There's always there's other information in here, and so you don't actually have to be a subscriber though. Anyone can just go to the channel, watch the bag tutorial, and then there's also a link to go to my blog where you can get a free PDF with all the measurements and numbers that you need. But you can make this bag with this fabric. You will need to get some extra fabric for your lining and possibly for your bag bottom, depending on how you cut everything, and for your straps and bindings. But the patchwork can all be cut from these dessert roll pieces. So that'll be just a really fun project. Other things that are in this month's box are some Superior Pima cotton thread in a nice neutral color, a mystery coupon. You have to, you know, the old scratch and sniff, but this is just a scratch for your coupon. We're really super excited about this too because of the Raspberry Summer collection. Our enamel charm is also included. We're really honored that Fat Quarter Shop would include this. So it's a little Dresden. You can use it as a zipper pull or put it on your key ring. And it's just another fun Sherri and Chelsi item that's included in the box. There's also some 80-12 needles. You can never have enough of these. Remember to change your needle on your sewing machine at least monthly, which I need to do. There's also a great pack of fabric label stickers, and so you can mark the name of the collection, designer, the project, how much you have. So this is great if you're storing your fabric and you want to know what it is in case you need to find it later. You can also mark whether you've starched it or pre-washed it. Some people like to know if they've already done that to their fabrics. And then The newest sew along is called Flowering from Fat Quarter Shop. You get a pattern in every box, and this month you get block 1. So really cute. So it's going to be all different flower blocks, and this one is called You Grow Girl, block 1. And then finally, last but not least, there is a pattern that you can use with the dessert roll fabrics from Raspberry Summer. If you don't want to make the bag, they've got a fun little quilt for you. This is exclusive to the box. So anyway, super excited about this month's box. It's always a lot of fun when it contains our fabric, and also we're super excited that it had this fun notion for you as well. We will have all the links to these products, and we'll have a link to the video, so you can go directly to the video and also to the blog where we have the PDF. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoy making the tulip row with the tulips and the stems and leaves. And I also hope that if you are a Sew Sampler box subscriber, you will enjoy going and making the tote with your fabric. And even if you don't get the Sew Sampler box, that video tutorial is there for you on our YouTube channel, here on our YouTube channel, and the PDF with all the instructions is on my blog, but you can find the link for that from that video, and we'll put a link to that in this post as well. So if you enjoyed the video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.